Welcome back to New Jersey Power and Politics. I'm Brian Jenkins in for Jim McQueenie. With me now to analyze the election from a psychological perspective is self-proclaimed political junkie and psychologist, Dr. Bart Rossi. Thanks for joining us, Doctor.
Nice to be back.
Let's talk about the psychology of President Obama. What is he doing wrong? Where does he need to fix what's been his disconnect with the voters?
I think he's been too intellectual. He's really gone, and he's been too meek or too laid back in his approach. I really do. I don't think he's countering the far right like he should. And I think there's a lot of things that are said that are just absolutely bizarre and extreme. And he's letting it sit there and not really responding in a manner that's effective. I see that.
So does he run the risk of getting swift voted?
That's correct. He is getting swift voted, I believe. And I think a part of his problem is that he thought that his policies with the stimulus and the banking and so forth and bailing out the auto industry would help him and the Democrats. But if it has helped, it has not helped the average guy. The average Joe is not being affected by the success of Wall Street or the auto industry. They still don't have a job. They're still frustrated and angry and also fearful.
He's been painted as kind of an Ivy Tower president. Might he learn a few lessons from George Bush?
He could, because George Bush was a regular guy, the guy you wanted to have a beer with, and some people can relate to that. And I think Obama needs to have a more of a mix in his bag. He needs to stand up when he needs to stand up, and he needs to be more of a regular guy, and he needs to project out there that he's really working every day to create jobs. And he really is faltering a little bit on that one.
More beer summits, maybe?
Maybe a couple more. Maybe a couple more, yeah.
We were talking earlier about this anger, the discord that has Republicans way over here and Democrats way over here. How do we get back to a conversation?
I think, psychologists talk about forced situations, and I think what the Democrats really need to do is to come up with ideas and plans, and now have the Republicans who are in the House respond. We have to have a forced communication, and the White House has to be kind of creative in setting this agenda up. And I think for the Republicans as well, they're not going to be successful unless they do communicate.
So
by
each
just
side's
saying no,
be forced. They can't just say no.
Right. In other words, Obama's administration has a plan. They come up with ideas. Somebody in the House has to respond. They could say no, they can say it's ridiculous, but they need a response.
So at least there's a dialogue.
Right.
Listen, Doctor, we're out of time, but thanks for joining us on the show today. Always a pleasure.
Pleasure being here.
That'll do it for this week. I'm Brian Jenkins. We thank you for watching New Jersey Power and Politics. We'll see you next time.